Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Got spray foam on my pants. Stuff went everywhere. I made a mess.
I know, I like when you were like, I'm going to do a test spray, and I'm like, no, not on the front side of the tub. When you did it on the thing, and it dripped a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we made a mess, but I was able to clean it up. I caught it in time. Well, we survived the weekend. I survived the weekend.
I'm also here, so I survived the weekend.
That's good.
I'm not a figment of your imagination.
No, man, I've not been feeling well. Mm-hmm. So like if I work backwards from this weekend, and plus we didn't film yesterday. Mm-hmm. So today I didn't do anything. I took the dogs for the walk, did the morning, I didn't even do morning chores. Took the dogs for a walk, I fed them. And then I basically sat on the bed working on a family project or a personal project, not related to the homestead at all. That's been ongoing for almost 10 months?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, something that neither of us wanted to happen, nor want to take part in.
But has to get done.
But it's one of those things. One of those 5-letter words that you just don't like to hear.
Oh, okay.
Has the words A, or the letters A, T, I, D, U in it.
Just not in that order.
Not in that order. Anyway, been working through that. And then Sunday, I took the dogs for a walk. I did morning chores, water and fed all the different stages of animals. And I was going to go continue to work on the house, and I was just exhausted by the time I was done with the walk and the animal chores.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to listen to my body this time. And I lounged around in the bed, watched some TV shows, had a good call with my mom for about 40 minutes on her birthday, because it was her birthday yesterday. Yeah, and I'm still kind of feeling kind of exhausted, but we'll see how I feel tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I survived the weekend.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also haven't been feeling well, but just a little different, but exhausted also. Like, we've both been just very, very tired. Mm-hmm. I just haven't been sleeping well, which is not anything new, but it goes in spurts. Like, sometimes I'll get a little better and sometimes it'll get really, really bad. So I just need to figure out somehow to get to sleep at a decent hour and actually get some sleep and get up earlier. But I'm back working, obviously, since it's during the week again. So I worked yesterday and today, and then I did midday chores because I haven't done evening chores yet because he let me know he didn't do morning chores. So I ran around before we had to run a quick errand into town to pick up some temporary or some items so we can make that bathroom usable, to actually shower in it and take a bath if we need to. Maybe that's what we both need. Our bodies are just telling us we need a soak.
I know, I really wanted to. So while we're talking about that, Saturday I waterproofed the walls. Basically the tub area is now waterproof. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have enough energy left over to get the tub faucet, the shower head, or the handheld wand installed. And then we were going to go into town, was that Sunday evening? Sunday?
Yesterday.
Yeah, so Sunday.
Yesterday was Monday.
Yesterday was Monday, you're right, yeah. We were going to go into town to get a shower rod, shower curtain, and some bath mats. Mm-hmm. So that way we could use the...
Because there's no flooring down yet, so we want to protect the underfloorment flooring.
Yeah, the subfloor. But when we went to go start the truck, the battery was dead, which was, I mean, it was just dead. Like it wouldn't do anything. And
We couldn't even jump start it.
yeah, I had another Marine 100 amp hour battery, fully charged. Tried to jump it from that, still wouldn't work very well. So ended up putting a trickle charger on it last night, and it was fully charged this morning. And then I fully charged the spare 100 hour Marine battery. So we have 2 fully charged batteries, and so now we're carrying that in the truck along with jumper cables just in case.
Yep.
But so I'm hoping that tomorrow I can get the tub area done and we can have a shower or a bath. Be great. Really wanted to have that this weekend, but it was just not in the cards. Not in the cards. Yeah. Yeah. The watering cart would have been nice to have fully functional.
Yeah.
But because it froze really deep over the weekend.
Cold.
Yeah, it was really, really hard, really deep. But we were able to take water out of the watering cart because there's a heating element in the 50-gallon barrel. And so that's a good fresh source of water to dip a bucket in and bring it to the different areas. Yesterday when I did chores, I actually just hooked it up to the lawnmower and carted that around and just moved water with a bucket. But in town today, one of the things that prevents me from finishing the mobile watering cart is the pump that I'm using hooks up to a 12-volt battery, a car battery, but it requires a 15 amps fuse between the pump and the battery, and I didn't have one, so I had to go to the store and get one. So that's what we did today too. So
Nope, we're not like
maybe
that.
the next day or two I can finish that up, and being able to refresh water will be a lot easier because you'll literally have a garden hose that you take along with you, and you can just
That'll be very nice.
fill everything up from the 50-gallon barrel. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, because it's when it was really cold, it was nice to have the warmer water that was obviously thawed out. They weren't getting really freezing cold water from the faucet or from the hose, but it was like a little bucket at a time, and then you had to walk it up because it was so slippery and frozen. But I did find out the trikes work awesome in this weather. And I was a little nervous. I wasn't anticipating they'd get along as good as they did, but they once I realized that they were working, I threw, because one of the things I did this weekend was because it snowed so much, and the poor chickens, they obviously have enclosures and they're out of the wind and whatnot, and they can get out of the snow, and all of them have at least a dry spot in their coop. Their entire runs were all snow. So they couldn't come outside at all unless they wanted to walk in the snow. And I was laughing at a lot of videos posted of all the animals, like, you'd have all these animals standing in a barn and looking out like, not going out. And so we had some bales of hay that the sheep weren't eating from last year. And I was like, well, it's fine to go in their runs anyway. They can pick through it, they can scratch through it. There's going to be little seeds and stuff in there that they can also eat. So it's a win-win for them, but it also creates them a sidewalk of no snow. So I went to all, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, all 11 coops that we have, and I made pathways out of their coop into their run, going to their food dish and their water dish, wherever that may be. And we typically keep their food and their water dish closer to the edge perimeter of the fencing, so it's easier for us to fill, especially in the winter when we're doing it more on a regular basis. In the summer, we maybe it can go in a little bit further, but we like to have it easy access so we can just grab it to fill it really quickly. But now that we're filling daily, it's a little bit more of a chore. So I did that, and then the next day the chickens were all out, but they were pretty much on their path. They're just like hello.
Some of them are digging through it and eating whatever bugs are in there, or
all the
seeds or whatever. Yeah.
There's a lot of seed in it. There was a lot of, like, when you open it up, and I'm allergic to hay and grass clippings and all of that. So as I was doing this, I was dying. My nose is running. I'm coughing. It was bad. I had hay all over me. It was just one of those.
Did you do antihistamine before?
I should have. I didn't think about it because it was one of those where I just got up and I felt motivated and I had a little bit of energy. And so I was like, I'm just going to go do it. And then the trike got in, and as soon as I realized the trike could actually go in the snow and it didn't slide around, I put a bale of hay on the front. I put a bag of food in the back. So I just went around, and I literally was driving around with one hand on the bale of hay and going up to all the coops. And like 3 bales of hay later, I was able to give everyone a pathway.
Nice.
So it worked out pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so maybe tomorrow or the next day I can finish the bathroom. I'm not going to put the tub, I'm not going to put the toilet in, the tub's in. I'm not putting the toilet in, I don't think.
Sink.
Or the sink. I don't know, I might. Even though it'll still be temporary. Because then we just have one fully functional bathroom instead of a bathroom that's shower and a bathroom. I don't know. Anyway.
We have one that's a sink and a toilet, and we have one that's a tub.
Right.
Right now, current state.
Yeah. But you and I were talking about what's next, and what's next would be to get the kitchen cabinets in, but I really want to get that beam done. So I think we're just going to put up the barn wood that we have. I'll try to limit how much of the brown barn wood I put up there. I might try planing some of them to reduce the weight, maybe. I'm not worried about the weight of it, though.
Yeah.
Putting it up there by myself, I'm worried about the weight.
I'm worried about the logistics of hanging it with how heavy it is.
Yeah.
Is what the weight concern was. It wasn't that the beam couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's next, and then it's kitchen cabinets, and then flooring and doors, and then trim, and then whatever else remaining items that we haven't done, like maybe tile work or whatever. But so maybe by the end of this week I could have the hallway bathroom ready for flooring. So I still need to paint the patch that I cut out. I need to do that to your closet, so I might do some painting. I don't know. We'll see how I feel.
Yeah.
But
just a little project that isn't too hard or too taxing on the body, and then it just gets it checked off, and then then it allows you to do the next one.
Yeah, I just feel pressure to just keep working because we want to be in there by March, and here we are halfway through January already.
Yep.
So it may be that we don't have 100% everything completed. I don't know. We'll see. We can, I'm just talking. Yep. I'm just talking.
He's letting all of those things in his head come out the mouth.
Yeah. All the things in the head come out the mouth.
Usually he doesn't verbally process all of the internal struggle of all of the tasks and to-dos. It's usually a much more there's a lot to do. That's usually what I get. So we were just trying to talk through, like, not adding pressure, but just talking through, okay, what's logistically next? Are we going to 100% do the bathroom, or are we going to stop now that it's usable? The shower, like, that's what you wanted, was a tub and a shower outside of this RV, to actually be able to take a real long, like a normal shower, or an actual bath, and then, or do we need that to be fully functioning? But then we went back and forth about the flooring, and we really want to try to do all the flooring in one fell swoop, or at least start and work our way back, or start back and work our way forward, instead of, I don't want to do just the bathroom and then have like hallway transitions, because you're going to start ruining stuff, and it's just messy. Yeah. So we're trying to, like, logistically think through, okay, so we can either go to the kitchen cabinets next or the beam. Okay, the beam makes more sense because ladders, and the cabinets would be in the way of those ladders. Okay, so what do you want to use? Let's go back to the barn wood. Let's readdress that. And so that was kind of our conversation today, was just trying to talk through and think through, okay, what makes sense that we can, tackle and work on next, and still progress and get to the next piece without doing something that is going to take a lot of time, but that's not going to really progress us forward or have to be redone. So I vote not to put in the sink and the toilet. Yeah. Because it doesn't make sense to put it in and take it out, because I've watched you literally over 10 or 12 times move that toilet and that sink
It hasn't been that many, but it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Are you sure? I think we can go back on videos and count.
I think you should. We'll update you tomorrow and let you know how many times it's been. But if you're counting taking it out and then putting it in as 2,
Yeah.
I might give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how many times?
I think it's been at least 5 times of the in and out together.
Yep. Or swapping it from one to the other. That has happened a few times also with the sinks moving, because we got rid of the master bathroom sink. That went out of the house.
It's in the barn. It's in the gray barn.
Like a year, 6 months to a year ago at least. So, and I know for sure that one has moved at least 3 times, or like back and forth at least twice. So.
And the reason, so the tub, gosh, why do I keep saying the tub? The toilet has to come out for the flooring to go in.
Yep.
And I think the sink pedestal, not the pedestal, but the cabinet has to come out for the floor to go in. I think it makes sense because the sink cabinet, it doesn't secure directly to the floor like the kitchen cabinets do. It secures to the back wall of the bathroom. So I think it makes sense for the flooring just to go in. I don't have to cut around it, and then we put the sink cabinet in there, and then the sinks and stuff. So I think you're right. We'll have a shower room and we'll have a toilet room.
Yeah, toilet, and you don't need to wash your hands after you get out of the shower. So you don't need a sink in there. So, and you need a sink where there's a toilet. So I think it makes sense.
Yep.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Solved.
So I guess I'll finish up the bathroom to make it usable for the tub and shower, and then I'll move on to the wrapping of the beam. And if we don't like it overall, after I'm done, you can always take it down and re-wrap it with something else.
Yeah. I think it'll look good once it's up there.
I think it'll be fine.
I was telling him, I was like, because it's all laid out on the floor. It's still laying in the middle of the floor inside of the, just kind of, and looking at it all together, and it's like you have to step over it every time you go into the hallway or any of the rooms. And so it's like you get a good look at it. And I was like, it's not what I originally envisioned, which is fine, but it doesn't look bad. And that's what I originally said. I was like, it's not that I don't like it. It's just not what I had pictured. So I'm just kind of going through it. But, it's like, it's okay. I think that the character and the materials that we're using and why we're using it, to me, makes up for the fact that it's not aesthetically the exact thing I was thinking it would look like. So that's okay. And, worst, down the road, we can always do something different, or even up there stain it while it's up, or paint it while it's up, if really truly we think that we have to change it.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be enough of a contrast and enough of a mesh, like enough of a blend, but enough of a contrast that it'll look okay.
I agree.
Yeah. So I think it'll be all right.
Okay, good. All right, I'll work on that next. It'll be good to have that done, out of the way.
Yeah.
Put the rest of the wood away, and then once we get the kitchen cabinets installed and get the appliances out of the entryway,
so much more room.
Get the kitchen cabinets there, the bathrooms or the bedrooms will be kind of emptied out. That back room will be emptied out mostly. That really will provide a huge...
Well, and that's going to take a lot of stress off of you because you don't like clutter. And so that's going to clean up like our most cluttered areas that we have. So I think that'll be good. And then it'll just be, shoot, I was going to say something.
Flooring?
No, I was going to say something before you started talking about the cleaning of all the rooms out. Oh, you had mentioned when you were talking about getting the appliances out of the sunroom. That's good for 2 reasons. Because one, it gives me a sunroom for spring and planting. And then also, it is going to allow us to, you want to do that sealing before spring and before bugs get active again. So we want to try to get that in while it's still cold and before everything kind of comes back into full swing, because there was some active wasp nests up there. And we want to make sure that's all cleaned out, gets insulated, and gets sealed. And so we don't have any more issues with wasps coming into the house.
Yes. Yeah.
Or living in the house. They'll probably still come in. We can't really control that as much, but we will prevent it as much as possible.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's a good plan.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. I thought I had something else, but my brain went blank. I have nothing in my head to come out my mouth.
Nothing more in your head to come out your mouth.
I have flushed it out. It is empty. It's ready to be refilled for tomorrow.
Well, sounds like a good place to end it then.
Okay. I guess we'll end it there. So we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks
Take
for
care.
watching. Bye.
Bye.